Agriculture continues to be one of the mainstays of the Jamaican economy, and one of the traditional crops helping to keep the sector viable is coffee. Several parishes, including St. Andrew, Portland, Manchester and St. Thomas, are home to the coffee plant. However, coffee has seen brighter days. The sector usually produces on average 500,000 boxes of the crop on the national stage. However, that amount has dwindled to 15,000 boxes. Despite the challenges, the sector employs hundreds, especially in the rural industry. One of the sector's biggest investors is Mr. St. Clair Shirley, chairman of the Stoneleigh Coffee Processors Limited in East Rural St. Andrew.
At peak, we employ roughly 100 persons in the factory. Out in the farms, we have at least another 300 at peak. And when we take the wider industry, where we purchase coffee from farmers in the many districts, we run into thousands. So the coffee industry is very, very important in terms of employment of especially our rural people. And we are hoping that many areas in the Blue Mountain now can be developed for later years in terms of production.
Mr. Shirley is calling on the authorities to do more to combat predial larceny. He adds that greater vigilance must be placed on exported coffee, as unscrupulous entities are taking advantage of the Jamaican brand.
And let me tell you, it fetches the highest price on the world market. It is at the top. It enjoys pride of place on the world market. It is sold sometimes for 5, 6, 7 times other coffee. And on some of my visits overseas, when they hear that I'm a coffee farmer, they said, "You're a multi-millionaire." I say, "Oh no, it's not so." Agriculture is a labor of love.
Meanwhile, chairman of the Jamaica Coffee Industry Board, Delano Franklin, says the industry is looking into the concerns. He says a task force has been established to eradicate illegal coffee operators.
As a result of the shortage of coffee which currently exists, because demand far outstrips supply, and persons who have export quota to fill are looking around to everyone and everywhere from which they can get coffee. And there are persons out there who are seeking to fulfill the desire. I am making an appeal to those legitimate persons who are involved in the coffee industry to maintain that legitimacy.
Yes.
And try not to procure coffee coming from where you might not know where it is coming from. Because the coffee that you are purchasing to fulfill your demand might be coming from a source that is not the source that is sanctioned by the Coffee Industry Board. Without notice, and in tandem with the task force which we have established, we are prepared to go in the highways and in the byways and anywhere in Jamaica, working in conjunction with the Bureau of Standards, working in conjunction with the police, and working in conjunction with other agencies to remove illegally packaged coffee from the shelves in Jamaica, so that legitimate producers like yourselves can get a fair chance out there in the productive trade.